reached across the space, preparing for departure.
Before we begin, quick question. Why does a single space mission cost billions of dollars and still manage to fail? Not once, not rarely, regularly. If your job worked like that, you'd be fired by lunch, and your boss would keep the office. Today, we're breaking down why space missions are insanely expensive, and why even all that money doesn't guarantee success. No drama, just physics, humans, and very expensive mistakes. Why everything in space is so expensive. Let's start simple. Space is not just far away, it's hostile. Everything up there has to survive. Vacuum, radiation, extreme temperatures, and absolute isolation. One tiny failure, and the mission is over, which is why space hardware is tested again, and again, and again, and then tested once more, just to be sure. NASA once tested a component so much it actually broke during testing, which means the test passed and failed at the same time. And here's the worst part, you can't just send a technician to fix it. No restart, no update later. Once it launches, it's gone. And that's where things start getting expensive in creative ways. Small mistakes, huge losses. Now, let's talk about mistakes. Not dramatic ones, tiny ones, like a unit conversion error. In 1999, NASA lost a $125 million spacecraft because one team used metric units and another used imperial units. Meters versus feet. That's it. Human civilization, ladies and gentlemen. We made it to space and tripped over a ruler. Or software. A single line of bad code can flip a spacecraft the wrong way and burn it up in seconds. No explosion, no warning, just silence. Which is why space agencies design everything with backups, and backups for the backups. At some point, the backup needs a backup, just emotionally. Of course, that only makes things heavier, slower, and much more expensive. Why you can't just try again. And even if nothing breaks, you still can't launch whenever you want. Planets move, orbits shift, windows close. Miss your launch window and you might wait months or even years. Meanwhile, teams stay hired, hardware sits idle, costs keep rising. Space missions are basically the most expensive group project in history, and nobody can leave the group chat. Every delay means more testing, more reviews, more meetings. Yes, space missions fail in meetings too. And somehow, that might be the most realistic part. Why do we keep doing this? So, why do we keep spending billions? Because space quietly pays us back. GPS, weather prediction, satellite internet, medical imaging, even materials inside your phone. All of that came from space research. Failures hurt, but successes change everything. And the truth is, most missions don't fail because of stupidity. They fail because space doesn't care. No forgiveness, no second chances. Physics has zero customer support, and it never answers emails. Still worth it. Here's the strange part. Even when missions fail, we learn. Every mistake improves the next mission. Every loss sharpens the process. That's why modern missions actually fail less than they used to. It just doesn't feel that way. Because the price tags are bigger. If this kind of story fascinates you, consider subscribing. Not because we ask, but because space always has another surprise waiting. Departure. Space missions cost billions, not because we're reckless, but because space is brutally honest. It rewards precision and punishes everything else. If you enjoy stories where science pushes its limits and sometimes falls flat, you're already in the right place. More journeys are coming. Until next time, keep looking up.